After our first large convoy engagement of the war, the crew of U-37 were full of excitement and pride that we were finally doing the job we've trained for months. The crew quickly got back to their ordinary task and routine and brought down torpedoes from the external storage compartments into the torpedo rooms. Watch crew reported no contacts on the horizon and no signs of ships or aircraft. The worst thing for a crew at sea is boredom, which quickly set in amongst the crew. Hopefully we will have enemy contact soon and be able to sink more ships. Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Today we're once again with U-37. We are currently sailing in the North Sea after our previous engagement. The crew has been hard at work refitting the torpedo tubes, reloading torpedo tubes, and basically cleaning up the ship. We're in kind of a lull period. The crew's having a bit of a break, catching up on their routinely duties and getting some chow in while they can. Previously, when I was with you guys, we had sunk multiple enemy ships, and we have removed our torpedoes from the external bow storage and loaded them into our torpedo storage in the bow. So we have no more external torpedoes for the bow. However, we still have several in the stern. So when I looked a while ago, it looked like we had at least somewhere between 6 and 8 torpedoes left in the stern, and I believe we had 5 or 6 remaining in our bow torpedoes reserves. So we still have quite a few torpedoes at our disposal. So there will hopefully be a lot more ships going to the bottom of the sea before this patrol is over. But the devs have been hard at work with updates, at least 3 to if not 4 updates to the game every week since the Type 9 DLC has released, and it has improved quite a bit since then. My understanding is several mods. Granted, I've never used mods on any of my campaigns on here, but my understanding is a lot of the mods are now being updated and fixed. A lot of UI and optimization changes have been made just to make the game run a lot smoother. So all in all, this might have been a rough little start, but Type 9 DLC is definitely a big plus to come to the game. Very excited for it. So I can't wait till we get the Type 21 U-boats. I'm sure that will be coming probably won't be for another year and a half, I would say. But hopefully that will come. I know they were talking about possibly doing that, but I imagine that will still be quite a ways out, as the Type 9 DLC here took quite a long time to get together, and it still has some problems on release. But like I said, overall the devs have been hard at work with patching everything, and they've been rolling out 3 to 4 patches a week for this, and there's been a lot of improvements with it. So thus far, I'm pretty happy. Obviously, there's a lot of bugs and things to work out when new things come along, but they've done a pretty good job. And we are going to continue selling now. To bring up the map, we are currently just charted a little course to sail in, try and pick something up. We're going to be doing occasional hydrophone checks at certain points. Go ahead, and Meyer has no help for some reason. I don't know why. I might have to fix that in the crew list shortly. But anyways, we just plotted out a rough little course here. We're just gonna sail down here and then zigzag our way back up like this and do periodic hydrophone checks. Just double check and make sure that everything is in order, and make sure we don't pass any ships. I have also been playing around with, if I go into the settings here, I believe it's in gameplay or then graphics. Not sure where exactly it's at, but there's no, campaign. Here we go. Down here. I have been playing with the simulation distance, and I've increased it to the maximum here. I think I had it set on higher before, but obviously that has helped with uh when convoys appear, the columns of smoke and whatnot appearing farther out in distance, and the ships actually being rendered a little bit farther out. Because before, especially when you had increased encounters on, and you come across more convoys and whatnot, a lot of times you would just run right up on a convoy, and they would just appear out of nowhere. There'd be no smoke on the horizon or anything like that. They would just kind of appear, and then you would be really close to them. And there was always a possibility, especially during daytime, that if you just kept going a little bit, they would see you. They would be within range of you. So that is, as far as I can tell, has helped with that quite a bit. But yeah, this basically updated as far as where we are at in the game and where we are at in this patrol. So I will see you guys whenever we have anything to report. Well, guys, we've been sailing around for a little bit doing periodic hydrophone checks and haven't really heard anything. And we have smoke off in the distance right off of our starboard bow. So hopefully this will be our next target. Go ahead and we'll bring up the UI and we'll steer course for 240. There we go. We may have another target. If it's a lone target like it looks and it's a freighter, we're going to get close enough on the surface. We're not going to submerge. And if it is in fact an English freighter or whatever, then I think we will conduct a surface attack on them. As it's a lone ship, we will be facing them, so our silhouette will be quite small. There's no need to submerge the boat for that. So I think we will conduct a surface attack on them if it is in fact an English vessel. But we are going to continue to close in on them. Well, guys, getting a little bit closer now. I can definitely see, looks like the top of a mast and a funnel, so they are still quite a ways out there. But it looks like it is going to be a lone freighter to me. Possibly a tanker, but most likely it is a freighter. So we are just going to continue to close in here and investigate. Okay, guys, we're closing in on freighter, and we got incoming radio report from U-28. See, from U-28, single merchant spotted in a square AN 421, slow speed northeastern course, zigzagging, 3-fan miss, 1 tube runner. Didn't pursue due to equipment issue. Okay, so let's bring up the map real quick. Check this out. Okay, so we have target here. This ship that we're chasing is currently on a southwestern course. Looks like course bound for our Hartlepool. And then this one got a target here. He said rough northeastern course. So do something roughly like that. So we are going to investigate this freighter here and see what it is. Could be an English ship, could possibly be a neutral flagged vessel, but we are going to investigate it, and after we're done with that, we are going to set on a course north by northwest yeah, northwesterly course and try and intercept this ship up here somewhere. I think that is the plan right there. But we are closing in closer on that ship now. To look at it, it definitely looks like a freighter of some sort, but she's sailing away from us, so she's sailing toward England. So I think this is probably going to be a nice little prize for us here. But yeah, we're going to continue to close in, guys. I'll see you here shortly whenever we come right up to them and identify. There we go. And looks like our crew is calling it out as an English vessel. Alright, lock on. Lamp, I want you prepping the torpedo tubes. Get on it. Alright. Send this report off. Ship spotted. There we go. And she is, of course, sailing away from us here. We're going to parallel her course. Get ahead of her. See if we can't get them to abandon ship. Make our job a little bit easier on us. See, where's our cabinet here? See, do we have any... No, we don't have any demolition charges remaining, it seems. Wanted to check the reserves of our galley here. Alright, don't have that much food left, so we can't, obviously because we don't have a lot of money since we just started, so we can't really sustain a very long operation yet. Okay, so no demolition charges, so we will either have to use a deck gun or torpedo. Alright. I want you to stay on the torpedoes. Yep, stay on them. And we're going to keep closing in to get ahead of them. Alright guys, let's see if we can identify this freighter here. I don't see third mast. I see two masts. I don't see any king post or any kind of post on the rear. That should help. See two masts. Yeah, not three masts, so not Empire Explorer. I don't see any king posts and not Empire Tower, so I'm gonna identify this as an Empire Bell type freighter. Okay. There we go. And we have identified her as an English vessel. So keep closing in here. I have ordered us to slow our speed down a little bit because we are closing in on them really quick. So I'm gonna have them slow down a little bit more. As a matter of fact, we're going dead slow ahead now on the surface. Alrighty. Check the status of all our tubes. Obviously, just had them start maintaining one of the tubes. See, tubes 1 through 4 are ready to go. We have 3 G7E electric torpedoes and 1 G7A steam torpedo. In the bow, we have 3 more in reserve. Let's check our stern. We still have quite a few back here. Yeah, we have 2 in the tubes and 2 in the storage. I believe external storage, upper deck. Yes, we got 4 more. So we still have plenty of torpedoes. So see, we are gonna keep closing in here. Captain is still up on the bridge. We are going to shoot from the surface. See, bring up We'll switch over to electric motors since we're really close. We'll run on the battery for right now. Make sure they can't spot our diesel smoke. So yeah, increase speed just a little bit here. We do travel a little bit slower on battery than we do on engines.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Torpedorohr 3, gewartet. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Alright, we are really close. Let's go ahead and we will get her speed.
Torpedorohr 4, gewartet.
Alright,
Aktualisieren.
rough speed 7 knots.
Geschwindigkeit 7. Knoten.
Distance. Come on. Someone there. Just do 1400. Because
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren.
we'll be a little bit closer here shortly.
1, 4, 0. 0 Meter.
Let's see. Alright, I want to go ahead and set up the. Make sure we have the PDC set up. See, lead 2, 3. Well, we'll just fire 2, 1. Set up. Tower type off. Alright, launch over bridge. We had that set up. We'll double check, make sure all this is in. Ship speed is about 7.3 knots. Yes, we are in forward mode. Okay. Go ahead and flood 2-1. Anchor depth, we'll go a little bit deeper. We go 4.5 meters. Angle on bow is around 80 degrees.
Schussunterlagen
There we go.
aktualisieren.
Update.
Winkel 8, 0. Links.
Power angle synchronizing. Alright, synchronize 2-1, fire.
Los.
Go ahead and switch over to tube 2. Make sure that is ready to go in case we do miss. So far, her course looks pretty good.
40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Sekunden.
Well, there we go, guys. We got a hit. We found her target. I think that was a pretty solid hit. Looked like a hit just in front of the bridge there. Let's go ahead. We will unflood tube 2. Alright, well, switch back to diesel motors
Dieselmotoren wechseln.
and shift our course 300.
3, 0, 0 Grad.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's bows down heavy. Water is rushing over the deck. It looks like another down freighter right there to me. She's got a heavy list to the port side. There we go. One torpedo, one ship sunk. It's beautiful. Yeah, you can definitely see where it hit. It hit right here, right where my crosshairs are, right in front of the bow. She's down heavy. It's water's just pouring over the decks right now. Started pouring over the upper deck right there. Yep. So I think that is going to be a sunk enemy freighter right there.
Höhenbruch, Sie sinken. Gute Arbeit, Männer. Alarm beenden.
And there we go, guys. We got confirmation Empire Steel is sunk. One torpedo, one kill. We have crew members out in lifeboats, out in the water. So go ahead and we will bring this back up. We'll go ahead and send this report off to BDU, and we will
Kleine Fahrt
slowly
voraus.
inch ahead a little bit and investigate the wreckage and crew.
Kurs 2, 8.
Steer course off to the left just a little bit. Alrighty guys, so we just dropped down to do a hydrophone check over here, and our operator is reporting
Kurs auf
propellers
die
off
7
to about 26 degrees. They are still running. I believe this is a ship that U-28 reported in. They're still running
Auf Dieselmotor
at roughly a
wechseln.
northeastern course. So
Sagen wir sind aufgetaucht.
we are going to run them down. Hopefully this will be our next target. There we go. I can already see smoke way off in the distance there. So hopefully this will be another ship to sink. We are strumming along at a pretty decent speed. We are going 13 knots, and they seem to be traveling pretty quick too. Let's adjust our course a little bit more, make sure we stay out in front of them. Adjust off to about 20 degrees.
2
There we go.
Grad.
So we will do that, and we will keep closing in.
Handelsschiff 310.
Alright, so our crew is detecting smoke on the horizon, obviously from that freighter. And very clearly make out that is a Empire type freighter. Right there. Okay, so low cloud spotted. Alright, I want to dive the boat. Dive to
Zero tief.
periscope depth. Alright, Lamp, I want you maintaining torpedoes. Go ahead and prep them. Not sure if this is an English vessel or a neutral vessel, but I want to submerge before they spot us and get a range to find out. I want to go ahead and be in a position to fire before we find out for sure. Alrighty guys, so we have got quite a bit closer. We are out in front of them in a firing position, but I'm looking at the flag trying to identify her, and it appears to me that it's not an English flag vessel. It looks like a Swiss flag to me. And my crew is also, we are within range. I mean, she's clearly spotted by my crew and all. My crew isn't calling out enemy vessel either. So, I mean, this looks like a Swiss neutral flag vessel to me. So, go ahead and we will come off of the periscope real quick. Yeah, she's very early in range, so none of our crew is calling her out either. But it looks to me like a Swiss flag. Okay, well, go ahead and drop that, and we will unlock from her. Maybe if the UI doesn't freaking out. There we go. Okay. All right,
Ja?
Captain, drop the scope, and I want to surface the boat. And here we are, guys, closing in on her. She is absolutely a Swiss flag vessel. So, neutral vessel. We are going to board her, call it to the captain, and search the cargo holds, see if we can find anything suspicious or anything to indicate that they are trading with blockaded ports.
Kleine Fahrt voraus. Alle Maschinen stopp.
And we will all stop right here and bring up our SS Vestlandet. There we go. Alright, send delegation to the freighter. Alright, so Harold and yep, sure. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will send a full crew over there. Alrighty. And they are over there. Merchant ship's deck. You are welcome by the captain of the ship. He briefly tried to speak with you in English, but nobody in your group could understand what he meant. You are not able to communicate well with the crew of this ship. This will limit your dialogue options. Okay, we want to see the shipping documents. You ask the captain for the documents that state what cargo is loaded on his ship and where they are heading. He was ready for that since he has these documents already prepared and hands them right away to you. He is looking a bit nervous when you carefully analyze the document contents. Can't decipher much from these documents though, since they are written in English. You only managed to spot some references about the port of Bergen, so it's probably where they are being headed at. If your interpretation is correct, the ship is not involved in a war effort, and sinking in it could lead to a diplomatic incident of some degree. Okay, well, that's all fine and dandy. We're gonna have a look at the cargo here, and we'll speed this along. There we go. Speed up their search. And there we go. Alright, they are done searching. Your men completed their inspection of the holds, accompanied by a cautious officer from the freighter. The cargo was checked against the manifest, and everything appeared to be in order. No contraband or suspicious goods were discovered that would justify seizing or sinking the vessel. Okay, alright, so everything is good. Meet the captain in his office, and we are going to return to the ship. There we go. Alright, crew is back on the ship. So unfortunately, that was not an enemy vessel to sink. We boarded her, checked her out, and everything checks out as far as her shipping documents and cargo. So we will continue on our little search pattern here and see if we can't find any other ships around. So unfortunately, that is a bummer. Go ahead and send this report off to BDU. and we will increase our speed half ahead. Go ahead and we will get rid of these bearing markers here. Alrighty, so we will continue off like this. Come over here. We will go up here. Oh, nope. There we go. And do something like this. Go back down. Do something like that. Well, there you have it, guys. Unfortunately, it's not a target to sink, but we're going to continue on and find something else. So I'll see you guys later.